All right, now we're going to look at the myth of the model family. That's the first myth that we're going to be covering during this J-term course. It focuses primarily on what all of us believe a family is. I want to start by looking at a clip, a YouTube clip that I found that really I think portrays a very modern style of American family. Some of you may watch the show Modern Family, but if not, this is just a little trailer to kind of introduce you to this type of family.
Shoot him. But he's got a birthday party. You can shoot him afterwards. He'll be home at 2. I can't shoot him at 2. I'm showing a house at 2.
What about 3?
No, he's at a soccer game at 3, and then we gotta leave for that dinner thing at 5. 4:15. You could shoot him at 4:15. Yeah, I guess that works for me.
This is the story of 3 very unique families. Jay and Gloria are newlyweds.
We're very different. I come from a small village, very poor but very, very beautiful. It's the #1 village in all Colombia for all the... What's the word?
Murders.
Yes, the murders.
For them, marriage the second time around should be twice as exciting.
My first husband, he's very handsome but too crazy. It seemed like all we did was fight and make love, fight and make love, fight and make love. One time, I'm not kidding you, we fell out the window together.
Which one are you doing? I'm hearing this for the first time. Phil and Claire have a traditional family who believe in the power of trust.
Can you shut the door, please?
Actually, we're just gonna go ahead and leave that open.
Why?
Because I have seen this little show before. Lying on the bed with a tall senior. A minute, you're just friends, watching Falcon Crest, and the next you're lying underneath the air hockey table with your bra in your pocket.
Whoa.
Mom!
They know how to stay connected to their kids.
Yes, we
Oh, cool, man. That's my thing.
I'm hip. I surf the web. I text. LOL. Laugh out loud. OMG. Oh my god. WTF. Why the face?
Then there's Mitchell and Cameron.
We just adopted her. Bring her home for the first time, huh?
Hi. Look at that baby with those cream puffs.
Okay, excuse me. This baby would have grown up in a crowded orphanage if it wasn't for us. Cream puffs. And you know what? No, to all of you who judge.
Shame on you.
What?
She's got the cream puffs.
Oh.
We would like to pay for everyone's headsets.
They're both eager to be dads.
We actually asked one of our lesbian friends to be a surrogate.
Then we figured they're already meat enough. Can you imagine one of them pregnant? No, thank you. Ick.
And while they're all very different,
Come on, Coach. You gotta take that kid out.
Wanna take him out? How about I take you out?
Honey.
they're all aiming for the same thing.
Why are you smiling?
What?
Dad, you have got to talk to Mom. She is like completely freaking out and embarrassing me.
Well, honey, your mom isn't always as cool about things as... What is with this thing? Ow! They all want to be the picture-perfect family.
Is that us with wings?
We're floating above her, always there to protect her.
Okay, well that's reassuring, right, Lily? Your fathers are floating fairies.
They're 3 very different families living in one very modern world.
Oh, this must be her dad. Her dad? Yeah. No, that's funny. Actually, no, I'm her husband. Don't be fooled by the, Give me a second here.
Modern family.
Okay, so that is, I think, a pretty accurate example of some of the families that we see today. So everything from a traditional family, which is probably most likely what we're having here in the Midwest, to a second marriage, maybe one partner a lot older, younger, than the other one, and then the emergence of the same-sex marriage. So these are all different examples of a quote modern American family. Now, I don't know that that falls under the category of a model American family. Here are some other just examples I found of what we want to define family as. This is obviously a picture of the Duggars. This is a little bit older, but you know, two I guess traditional, you would say, in the sense of a mom and a dad, but yet 19 plus children. The Obamas, is that a model family? Our church family. We also define family in other ways. Things like a family of believers, a family in our school, OBU is a family, that kind of thing. This family to me appears to be grandparents raising a granddaughter, which is a very common family in today's day and age. Some of you may have been raised by your grandparents. A divorced family, a split family, maybe even just an unhappy family. Single mom, it's very common also to have a mother raising children alone or primarily alone. This is a picture of a model family in some sense. You've got, the dad on the phone working, worried about time. The two kids seem to be pretty focused on their technology. Mom's dreaming of a beach somewhere. Kind of gives the idea, which we're going to talk about, of the white picket fence and what the American dream is. But yet, broken pickets, kind of trashy yard a little bit. So, what is that family look like? Since you haven't met me, well, I guess you have met me, but this is an example of my family. So, we get lots of Christmas cards every year, and it looks like a model family, but, you never know what's really going on, on the inside. So some of the statistics about the model family: 40 to 50% of existing marriages will end in divorce. This is a pretty common statistic that's been out for a long time, but basically approximately half of the existing marriages will end in a divorce. Nearly 14 million American households are headed by women with no husband present. So once again, that idea of a single mom raising a family. 14% of American men over age 65 are widowed, and 44% of American women over age 65 are widowed. So that just shows the amount of people that are living their lives alone without a spouse, maybe with children or not. Same-sex marriage is now legal in our nation, so that's across, this is a statistics that's different than the one in your book because the book is a little bit dated, but now it is legal across America. Roughly 80% of mothers aged 25 to 54 are in the labor force. So just meaning that working moms is the vast majority of mothers today. When I've taught this before in the classroom setting, I'll take a poll of how many of you had your mom working or not. But it is true that, from our time back 50, 60 years ago, more moms stayed at home. Now we have less and less of that with mothers in the workforce. And so, that means children are either home by themselves or in a daycare or grandparents, some type of child care situation. The one quote I have from the text to just kind of wrap up our discussion on the model family is that the myth of the family scarcely reflects the complexities of modern American life. Between high divorce rates, the rise of single-parent household, national debate about same-sex marriage, and a growing frankness about domestic violence are transforming the way we see family life. So once again, it's the idea that we just started talking about with this idea of a myth. We have a myth of what we perceive the model family to look like. And this is what we're going to discuss in our discussion posts. This is writing prompts, all those things that we're going to talk about. What do you see as the model family? If we were in a discussion type setting in our class, we would talk about what we see. Do we see a mom and a dad and two kids and a dog and a white picket fence and a two-story house? Is that the idea of the model family? Yet how many of our families truly reflect that? With the divorce rate, single parent, all those different things that our nation is confronted with and our culture is confronted with. Is that model family practical anymore? Is that truly what a model family is? So these are all the questions we're going to be looking at. So now that you've watched this and hopefully read, you have the two of the 4 or 5 readings that you had for this week really focus more on the family. Looking for Work, which is a little bit of a memoir, but it really shows the type of family that this young guy is wanting. And What We Really Miss About the 1950s are both kind of showing portraits of the family unit and what a model family is. So make sure you've read those before you answer your discussion post, and we will go from there. Thanks.